One of our subscribers has asked us to do a review on our Hilux. It's a 2021 Hilux 2.8. I did a suspension upgrade on it, old man emu, 50mm with a 50mm lift. It's to take the weight of our draw system that's always in the car and towing our caravan, and it works out very well, eh? And then on the back I've got a smart cap canopy, which is also a very nice canopy with a roof rack on the top. We've also fitted a 66 litre extra fuel tank in the back, which also works out fine. The spare wheel still fits alright, it's not bad. That's where the spare wheel still is. In the front I fitted a towage on the front, and I've got two different size height towages that I can change. The one on the right is when we're traveling, I use that one to getting into campsites and whatever, and then the one on the left is to get the caravan into my garage. I have a bit of a slopey driveway, so with the one on the left it gives me height and evens off so that it can fit into the garage without a problem, eh? And they both just slot in like that and with a pin, eh? It's ideal. You don't, much easier than trying to reverse it into the garage or try and reverse it into an awkward campsite, eh? So it works very well. In the center console I fitted a Vertex two-way radio. So when my son travels with us, we've got communication between the two of us, which is great. It just helps if there's, while you're traveling on the highways, if there's animals on the road, you can let them know that there's something in the road. And I always carry a can of tire jack 4x4, just in case you get a puncture somewhere where it's not so great, where you can quickly inflate it if it's not a bad puncture. So it's handy to have that in the car all the time, eh? You never know where you're traveling today and when it's going to happen. We also fitted a set of Melville and Moon seat covers. They fit the seat very nicely, and it just keeps the seats in good condition, eh? Front and back. Then for our photography, for my video camera in the front here, I made up this slide here, and it's got a Benro video head on the that I can move from up and down, swivel it all around. I can go right up to the window. And if there's something right next to the car, I can even get that most times, if it's about like a meter away from the car, which is really handy. I use this a lot, so I don't have to swap seats. Rose can sit in the back, so we each have our own thing here. And then I have one for my driver's side window. Which we can slide up and down. There's also a Benro head on it. That again also works very well, especially when you're sitting at a sighting where you have time to set this up. It's really quick. It just lifts off the window, and then I've got two little pins at the back here where it hooks in, so it steadies it really nicely. For Rose in the back, I have exact the same. I made that up as well, so Rose can sit in the back here, and it's also on a slide, so it can slide up and down. And then if we're sitting at a sighting where you've got a lot of time, water holes and stuff like that, we've got a Voltrox display that we can fit on as well, and it's got side flaps so you don't get the sun worrying your view at all. And it's really nice. It just gives a nice big screen for you to look at. This also is on a slide, and Rose can use it on either side, either on the passenger side or on the driver's side. There again, it's got two pins there that stick out on this side. If you're on the other side, it slots in, and it's two pins on that side there as well. It slots in and really keeps it steady. And the display is a Voltrox VL550. That's it closed now, and that's open with the side flaps that come out. In the back of the console I fitted a USB, and that runs from my spare battery in the back, my second battery, and that also runs the Voltrox display, so you don't have to have the battery on the back of it, and it can be used for charging, etc. as well. Right, this is in the back of the Hilux. As you can see where those two straps are, there's a 70-litre stainless steel water tank that I've fitted there. That's normally our drinking water. And there's a Vectron display there, tells you condition of the battery. Got a fire extinguisher here, a red arc DC to DC charger, always got a fire blanket in the back. And that's a 105 amp hour battery. It's a Deltec 1251, and that I've just fitted while we were away. My other battery packed up, which I'd had for 5 years, which is really good. So hoping this will last at least that time. Not sure whether it will, but we'll have to see. Those two straps there, I put the tripods in there, or if we've got our shower cubicle, if we're going somewhere off where there's no showers, I strap that down with those two straps. In the back as well, we have two 140 watt solar panels. They're semi-flexible ones, which I put a frame and made a frame up for them, and those have kept our Batteries always charged when we're off grid. They're strapped to the roof of the canopy. Those two aluminium bars there I use if I have a puncture. It's easy to lift the tire with those two. Being a little bit older, it's harder for me to pick the tire up now, so that makes it a little bit easier. And there's my outlet for my water tank here. And then on the top of the drawer system I have these to strap it down with. Whatever you've got in the back here. We put ammo boxes in the back here. And then I made up this drawer system, 3 drawers to hold different stuff. The top one odds and ends, cooker, top, some GoPro stuff. I've got a small inverter that I carry in the car, spare bearings, charging stuff for the cameras. And a second drawer, stuff to make tea at a picnic site. Spare cables, a multimeter, tire repair kit. And these spare cables, sometimes you haven't got the right fitting. I've got adapters for all the different types of cables that you can have, and I've used those plenty times. And then I have my tools in that box there. And in the third drawer, that's where we keep all our camera equipment when we're traveling. And each compartment I've got divided up. It takes the lens, the camera, all with sponge, which helps on all the bumpy roads.
And on top of it we protect it with a piece of masonite,
yeah,
to stop the dust.
That's it, if any dust is coming into the car, that masonite helps that as well. But dust doesn't get into the drawers at all, eh?
No.
They're pretty good. Right, we have a 54-litre National Lunar fridge freezer on a slide. And then we have a 90-litre fridge freezer in our caravan. Comes with the Hilux. I can use now a normal socket to go in there, and I've made a long extension so that I don't have to get right under the car. And then I use a T-bar or a ratchet to wind it up and down. It works much easier than the one that Toyota supplies. You still have to have that one to get your spare tire down, but this part here makes it so much easier. Then I made that little piece up to go on the top of the jack as well, which also fits nicely over a round axle. And then I've got blocks that I always carry to give me extra height as well, especially if you have a punch on soft sand. You need a nice big base and then blocks to give you the height. Also mounted on the side of the drawer system, I have a red plug there for my solar input. So the red arc has solar capabilities as well, so I can charge this battery in the back here with solar if I have to. And then the top one I use for our outdoor shower sometimes, where I can plug the shower pump into, and I've got an extension for that. Plus we can charge we have to use a charger to charge the battery on the back from 220. I plug the charger into that grey plug there, or if you've got a extension light that you want to put up, you can plug it in here. The radio in the console in the front also runs off this second battery here. If there's anything else that you need to know, just put it in the comments and we can reply to that. And also fitted LED lights in the back here as well, one on either side and one by the back, so there's plenty of light in here if you need it. Also in the drawer system, I've got a compartment on the side here where I keep my jack, my compressor and odds and ends, And that's how it ends up when it's closed up. And then also extra USB charging facilities where our cameras and anything that's USB all runs off the second battery.
And that's the Hilux review.
Yep.